The third part of the study in Scarlet takes us to the arid alkaline plains near Illinois. This part narrates the tale of a dying man and a little girl who are rescued by the saints. But perhaps their customs are not all that saintly. Join us for the third part of the study in Scarlet. Now we present before you a study in Scarlet Part 2, The Country of the Saints, Half 1, The Conversion, Act 1, Scene 1, in the Great Alkali Plain.
In the center of the great North American continent, there lies an arid and repulsive desert which served for many years as a barrier against the advancing urban civilization. From the Sierra Nevada to Nebraska, Yellowstone in the north, to Colorado, the plains stretched. Nature here is never in a same mood all through the year. In fact, the plain is filled with snowy whites in winter and grim alkaline dusts in summer. Ferocious rivers flow through its jagged canyons. The otherwise bare and deserted plains have only one thing intriguing enough: bones, some small, some huge. It was during such a time that a brown skinned man with a unique luster in his eyes would walk onto the plain with an expression of tire and sadness. As he rested against a boulder, sure of death, he laid down his rifle and a grey shawl wrapped around which a scarred young beautiful face slept. She suddenly opened her brown eyes.
Ah, dear, you're awake, I see.
And so would continue certain philosophical discussions between the little babe and the roughened man. They spoke of toasted and buttered cakes, waves of water, and the one bove. He couldn't possibly have made this desolate, infertile piece of land. And then she spoke about her dearly departed mother and asked whether she would meet again.
I am sure she will.
And saying this, the little girl finally lay to rest, and so did the man, with a breath of relief as he was about to leave the cruel world. The
Now we present before you Act 1, Scene 2, Rescued by God.
So is life, it would seem, more unpredictably than anything in the universe. If only the man and his little companion were awake for another half hour, they would see a most curious sight. There, traversing through the arid alkali, was a certain body which would go on a great cloud of dust. Then it must have been a group of moving bodies, quite similar to a fine number of charging bisons like in the prairies. But there were no bisons there. There were, however, a number of scurrying feet of nomadic men, women, and mischievous children, some of whom were in a grand caravan with white veils surrounding its top. Many caravans traversed, pulled by the majestic horses.
The wells are to the right, my brothers, the right of the Sierra Bianco. And so we shall reach the Rio Grande. Not for water, my brethren, for he, our Messiah, who could draw water from dry stone, shall not abandon us in our perilous hours.
Amen to be him. Amen. He shall assist us. This Well, this could be said without much doubt. Oh, look, my brothers, there lies a boulder Not quite far from here, against the boulder, there rests a man. Beside him, a little girl has descended into deep slumber. One must assist them, and see, the scavenging buzzards have flown unto them. We must rescue the poor dears, my brethren.
What lot are you?
We are the persecuted children of God, followers of the angel Moroni. We are the Mormons. We are those who believe in the sacred scriptures written in hieroglyphics on plates of beaten gold, which were handed unto the great Joseph Smith at Palmyra. We are from Nauvoo in Illinois, where we also founded many temples. We are the Mormons, escaping from the sinners and the godless, and seeking refuge in a place free of them, though a desert. For now, you shall speak with Brigham Young, our leader.
The man and the little girl walked through the caravans, assisted by two Mormons. They saw the intrigued and scored expressions of many of Moroni's disciples until they were led to the only caravan driven by 6 horses, that of the Mormon leaders.
If you wish to be of our creed, you and your adopted daughter, Lucy Ferrier, then you must pledge faith from your heart's deepest core. Better that you rot there than rot our whole community by using satanic means of dishonesty and lies. So saith Brigham Young, he who spoke with the great Joseph Smith, the voice of God. Now represent before you Act 2, Scene 1, Life with the Holy.
The Mormons were extremely pious and loyal to the Moroni and God. As a result, they went without complaint through the arid alkali. And yet Ferrier was able to understand what passed through each of their hearts, especially because they each offered hours of prayer to the holy, and the moment they reached the habitual region of the West. It is also seemed to him that Brigham was an excellent leader.
Right, all my brethren, I have produced maps from Illinois to here, this point in the desolate alkali plain. What must be done is planned, and planned I have. Take a look at these blueprints. The architecture has to be exactly as the divine would wish from us to work. Land must be given to all as I decree. 7% to me, 5 to Trevor, Johnston, Ferrier, and Strangerson, and the rest to be divided among my beloved brethren. A vast piece of land of a few thousand acres has to be divided reasonably. Remember, my brethren, to plow and build, and the followers of the divine Moroni shall rise.
All this while, over the years, Ferrier grew up to be successful. By 3 years, he was well to do. By 6, better than his neighbors. By 9, he was rich. And by 12, the most famous man in all the plain. Everyone knew his name. However, he never married. Aside from that, he followed every single verdict laid down by the young by letter. It was on such a day that little Lucy went to the fields on horseback and almost met with the horns and hoofs of cattle when she was saved by a charming face, that of a tanned, handsome man.
Ah, madame, who you might be? Lucy Ferrier. Call me Jefferson Hope. We came here 2 months ago. Let me help you. Are you fine now? Let us go on. And tarry not. By the way, how do you find life here? 'People' seem friendly. Let us go.
The man assisted little Lucy with such vigor and selflessness that it would have been fitting to call him friendly. They kept meeting, and soon it could be that they grew very, very close. And so, for another 2 months, Mr. Ferrier and Mr. Hope met with each other, while Lucy stayed in their presence, smiling at times. As luck would have been, Mr. Hope would depart from the plains for a few months, bidding farewell to the once stranded man and his little companion.
Now we present before you Act 2, Scene 2, The Prophet's Warning.
It was on a rather warm day along the Mormon establishment that Mr. Ferrier was riding down his land on horseback. Then he reminisced the cruel traditions among his brethren. There were prosecutors who did harm to him, who differed even slightly. There was an incident when a man who proposed something was prosecuted then and there because it differed from the norms followed by the Mormons. Many natives were found dead by the hand of the corrupted Mormons, who undertook the name of the avenging angels. These indicated nothing saintly, but rather satanic things about the Mormons.
Ah, Brother Ferrier, you must heed me.
Oh, great prophet, to what do I owe this pleasure?
As you may know, we expect entire faithfulness from you as a fellow Mormon. Yet it would seem that you are unmarried. Such thing we cannot allow.
I am sorry, but I never had the need of a wife. My daughter looks after me plenty well.
It is she who I will not speak about. You see, there are rumors that Lucy is in love with a Gentile, a man of the lesser faith. Such a crime is heinous. I suggest that she marries the sons of brothers of Strangerson or Brother Drebber. Each would lovingly marry her.
She is too young. We need more time.
A month then is all you get, and we wish for a choice by then. N.D. Ferrier, that I were better for you, and if she married none of ours than the Gentile, for then you both would surely bleach and burn in the arid plain as nothing but skeletons.
And so the prophet left. Little Lucy had heard it all, and her pale complexion matched with her father's. They planned to run away, assisted by Hope, and save themselves from the wrath of Mormon.
With that, we come to the end of our today's story, A Study in Scarlet, Part 3. Please subscribe to our channel, Sherlock Saturdays, and please like our video. And please share the video with your friends and family. We will meet you in our next project. Thank you.